Are you thinking about going overseas for your cosmetic surgery? Yeah, a lot of people are. But there's a few things I want to caution you before you do make that decision. Sure, I know that it is a lot cheaper to go to Mexico or go to Turkey to have certain procedures done, but there's a big part of that that you're going to pay the price for ultimately if you don't end up paying the US rates. And that price is going to be that you're not going to have any follow up with your doctor once the surgery is done. And a lot of plastic surgery, which I tell my patients, is going to rely on how your recovery process goes. And that's why it's so important to me that you have a hand in hand relationship with your doctor through that recovery process to ensure that your healing is going well. And if for some reason it's not, you have a clear way of recourse to make sure that that issue gets corrected and managed appropriately. At the end of the day, when you're having cosmetic surgery, sure, it's cosmetic, but it is still surgery. So that means there are still risks that come along with it. And inevitably, when somebody has a complication, and if that surgery was done overseas with a physician you can no longer contact, well, you're going to be on your own. You're going to end up going to the emergency room here in the United States and probably end up paying 10 times more than you would have just to get care for the complication that you had versus if you had just paid that slightly higher price to begin with by having a US surgeon do your work. So that's not me saying that there are no good surgeons anywhere else in the world, because that is not true. But ultimately, your recourse for dealing with complications is going to be a lot more limited if you do have that work done overseas versus having it done in the US. So if you're somebody who's thinking about having cosmetic surgery done elsewhere just because of the price, I would recommend go ahead and contact my office, schedule a consultation. Let's talk about your goals and see if we can meet somewhere that is going to give you the result you're looking for while keeping you safe.